welcome back to the YouTube channel. On today's video, it is going to be part one of the teardown of my 2015 Platinum F250. We're going to be pretty much taking out the front axle today and the front components on the front of our suspension, as well as pulling the axle out. So we're pretty much just going to, in the video, show a time lapse of that, talk about it a little bit, and continue to go forth. This is going to be the first video in taking the suspension apart before we rebuild the truck. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into today's video. All right, so if you've been here from the last video, or if you're brand new, this is my 2015 F250 Platinum. We are redoing the lift. We're taking our 12 to 14 inch PMF lift off, and we will be replacing it with a smaller lift. If you haven't seen the last video, I will link it down below or pop it up on screen now. You can go tune into that. That way you can watch these in order. This is going to be, like I said in the beginning, the first teardown. So today what we're going to do is, we already got the coilovers unhooked. We're going to take off the track bar, the drag link, drop our 4-link arms, and we are going to roll our axle out of here. We also got to disconnect the brake lines. Pretty much, yeah, go ahead and take that off. And then once we have these out, we will take our coilovers out, take the buckets out, track bar bracket off, and we will have nothing. The front end will be floating. And then we have the rear over here. We already took the rear Fox shocks we had off. Only thing holding this is the leaf springs and the drive shaft. So we're gonna undo the 4 bolts on the drive shaft, take the spacer out, and then we will undo the U-bolts on both sides. That'll let the axle drop down, unhook the brake lines, pull the axle out, and then we'll just have to take the leaf springs, and our truck will be free floating. That'll probably be a part 2 video in itself, because yeah. So let's go ahead and start knocking this out. All right, so as you guys can see behind me, we took the track bar, the drag link off. I ain't gonna lie, it was a pain in the ass. Some of the bolts were seized up and didn't want to come out. I had to beat them a little bit, try to back them out with the impact. But we got those off, disconnected. The only thing really right now that we gotta do is clip the ABS line where it's zip tied to the brake line, take the caliper off. I think for the time being, for the time being, probably zip tie the calipers somewhere on the frame or something for now, instead of taking the brake lines off. Last time we did my truck, I had the master cylinder go out for my brakes because too much air got in there, I was told, or I guess from where it sat so long with no brake lines and no fluid in it, it took a shit on us, and I don't feel like replacing that again. So like I said, we're gonna take the caliper off and probably hang it somewhere. But now what we're gonna do is probably undo the 4-link bolts. I'll probably take the calipers now, undo the 4-link bolts, and then this axle's ready to come right out. So let's go ahead and do that. guys can see, we got the front axle out from underneath it. 4-link brackets off. Everything's unhooked. The truck is literally sitting on the jack stands. I'm out of breath. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. Some of the bolts were binding in the 4-link long arm brackets. But tomorrow when I come in, I'm going to take the tie rod bar off, and then we're going to take our axle out. Coilovers and buckets will come off next. But pretty much front end is done. Things that matter for now. Like I said, I'll probably off camera take the rest off, but we will be tackling the rear end soon. So that's pretty much going to wrap up the video for today, guys. Like I said, as you can see behind, she has nothing. She is floating on the front end. So we are pretty much done with the front end. I still got to unbolt the buckets, coilovers, and the track bar bracket and pitman arm, but that's pretty much it. Like I said, I might do like some clips of that in the next video before I start the rear end, but we're probably going to do that off camera. I'm very tired. Those bolts were binding and they were pissing me off, and my dad was trying to help me, and you know how that goes. So like I said, I'm very thankful for his help, but that's pretty much going to end it here. I want to thank you if you've watched it or made it to this point. Like and subscribe, drop a comment down below. We're pumping more videos out, guys, and we're rebuilding this thing. So I will see you guys